Hello crafters. Welcome to Stamping Crafty with Carolyn. My name's Carolyn Levitsky and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. A couple of things I'd like to tell you today. Starting May 4th, the new catalog will be in effect. We also have a promotion going on for anyone who may want to become a demonstrator. You will receive a kit that is valued at $155 for only $99. Can't go wrong with that. That's quite a value. And guess what? You get to choose what you want in your kit. Another thing I'd like to ask you to do, down below this video, there is a subscribe button as well as thumbs up. Please press them for me. And if you press the subscribe button, there will be a bell, and you just click on that bell and you'll get notification as to when my videos will be out. So I think we're all set to turn the camera down, and I do have some things I would like to show you. Let's just get you all in focus first. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, I want to introduce you, if you haven't already done this or seen this, this is called triple time stamping. It's one of my favorite things to do. I do enjoy it. It's a little challenging, but it's fun. Now, this is called offset triple time stamping, and I was really intrigued by that. So I decided to make a card. As you can see, there's an embossing back here, and I have made a little adjustments to the sizes as well as to the embossing that we will do. Well, let's get on with our cardstock. This is Night of Navy. It's 11 by 4.5, and it's scored at 5.5. This particular piece is Seaside Spray, and this is the top layer, and it's going to go over the Night of Navy. And as you can see, I embossed it, and I used the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder, and we're going to do something special with this. Then I have another piece of Seaside Spray. This is also 4.25 by 5.25, and instead of using white on the inside, I decided to go with this light blue, because if you write with a pen or even a pencil, you're still going to be able to see that. Now we have 3 pieces of Night of Navy. Your first piece is cut at 2.25 by 4.75. The second piece is cut at 2.75 by 3.75. And your third piece is cut 1.25 by 1.25 square. Then we have the white cardstock. You have your first piece, which is cut 4.5 by 2 inches. Your second piece is cut 2.5 by 3.5, and then you have a third piece that's cut 2 inches by 2 inches square. All of the cutting dimensions, scoring dimensions, and supplies will be in the show more under the video, so you don't have to worry about missing them or should you have written them down. No, they will be under the video. All right, we're going to take this beautiful embossing. Isn't that pretty? This is the Parisian Flourish 3D, and it is certainly a 3D. And I'm going to take a Whisper White stamp pad. Now this is like when you're cooking. If you add too much salt in the beginning, you can't take it away. When we do this, we're going to put a scrap piece of paper. I have some grit paper that I'm going to use to place under this. Now we're going to take our Whisper White stamp pad and we're going to lightly go over the surface. And like I said before, it's sort of like adding salt to your food. If you do too much at one time, you can't take it away. So we need to just drag the ink pad lightly over your paper. And if we need more, we just go back and apply more. Can you see how that detail is starting to pop out? So pretty. Okay, I think we've done that enough. So we're going to close this up and just put that away to one side. And now we're going to attach it to our card base. It's beautiful. Isn't that just beautiful? And we do need to use our tape runner as well as our silicone craft mat. Because this is not a smooth piece of paper. Oh, the white is starting to come off on my mat. That's not a problem. That will wash off. Nothing seems to cling to this mat. Now I started to say, because this paper has all these indentations and designs in it, we need to tape it up really well so that it will stay on our cardstock. And I'm going to turn, the card is going to open like so. I'm going to turn it and line it up and press. Okay, next thing I need to do is just wash this off. This silicone craft mat is amazing. Not only does glue not stick to it, but your ink will not also. And we'll put this aside for now. And the next thing we need to do is bring in our white pieces of paper. And we need to attach like so. And you could just kind of eye it. Doesn't have to be so perfect. Okay. So in order for us to do our stamping on this, we need to, if it's going to be up here, we're not going to put any tape runner down below. We want it up here, and we're only going to do a little bit because we're going to have to disassemble it. And to take some of the stickiness away, we're going to take our fingers just to dull it a little bit, because we don't want to be ripping cardstock here. So I'm going to line this up here, and I'm going to bring it down to about there. Now we're going to do the same to this piece of cardstock. We're only going to put it at the top, because the bottom okay, we need to make this dull it up a little bit, and do about the same thing here. Try and get it so that it matches the side here. And we're going to glue that on. Now we need our Stamparatus. bring that into view for you. And I'm going to line this up with the 1 inch mark right there. So if we should, and this looks a little off, I'm lining it up with the grid marks here also. That looks better. And we're going to put a magnet here and a magnet over here to hold it in place. You have to be very careful with these magnets. They are very strong, and if they come together, they may break. Let me show you the beautiful stamps that we're going to use. This is called Prince and Princess, and as you can see, we have the swan, and we have, I guess that's supposed to be the prince, the little frog. There's also florals. There's a lot of sayings here. Lily pad, what are they called? Cottontails or something like that. And the swan, there's a little crown for the swan, some greenery. This is what a hostess can earn if she has a party. So we're going to take this, and we are, this is going to, I think, just blow your mind here, which is a good thing. I hope it blows your mind. We're going to set that up, the swan. Then we're going to do everything all at once using this Stamparatus instead of using individual stamps and cubes. We're going to get that down there like that. We're going to put the cattails, that's what they're called, right there behind her. And we're going to grab a lily pad. Don't forget, she's in the middle of a lake here. You have to use your imagination. And if it gets stamped off the paper, that's okay, because we have our grid paper down here. So now that we have all the stamps set up, we're going to lift this up, and I'm going to take the box from the stamp set, and we're going to stamp it with Misty Moonlight. The nice thing about using the Stamparatus, not only that you could do all these stamps at one time, but if it doesn't cover the first time you use it, you could just go back and re-ink it. All right, let's see how this works here. Now I'm going to press it down. Let it sit on the paper for a couple of seconds so that the paper will absorb it, and then bring it up. Okay. I think I do need to stamp it just a little bit more. Now what this does, when you have paper like this that is separated, okay, that looks good. Before I put the stamp pad away, it gives, what it does is it's going to give it sort of a look of not all being together. There's a separation there. I think that looks great. Okay, we could take this out. Put it aside. And I don't have to put the stamps away, but I do want to clean them. These photopolymer stamps tend to hold on to the ink, and that's okay. they work just as well, with or without the ink. I want to show you something else about the new stamp sets that have come out. If you notice, once you take it out of the paper or film that it's all put in, they have impressions here, and it's on the back sheet. Actually, it's not on the plastic, it's on the sheet that slips inside. So you know exactly where your stamps have to go. So my swan has to go here like so. And you'll know if you're missing any. Sometimes stamps tend to get lost. And there is one out that we're going to be using for the inside. And I'm going to take this ink pad, close it up before we have any awful accidents with that. And I could put my Stamparatus away. The next thing we need to do is we need to put each individual cardstock, and there's the first piece, as you can see, and we're going to glue it to the corresponding Night of Navy. So we do need to put some glue on it, tape runner. This is Stamp and Seal. And we're going to try and center it as best as we can. And we're going to do the same with the next piece, the next size. And we're going to center this also. Just trying to maneuver it and it's stuck to my finger. Okay. So let me know who's boss here. Okay. And now our little piece needs to go onto this smaller square. Then, now that we have all three attached, the next thing is we have to line them up as best as we can. We want like the cattails to line up and the neck of the swan to line up. All right. So again, we're not going to run tape on the whole thing because the whole thing is not going to be glued down. It's going to be like that. We need to run tape just up at the top. Let's straighten that out and attach this as best as we can. If it's not perfect, it's okay. And so you could see there is a little separation between each layer. It gives it a different type of a look. And I do like that. I like that a lot. And we're going to do the same thing with this layer. And this one, not only the bottom of the swan, but we want to line it up with this little ring of water. There we go. So we are all lined up. And this is the offset triple time stamping as opposed to your normal triple time stamping. I do like this technique. I like it a lot. All right, now we're just going to attach it to the card base. What would I do without my silicone craft sheet? My goodness. I would have a very sticky, tacky work area without it. It's well worth the little bit of money that it cost. As is the Stamparatus. I mean, we never could have done what we did without the Stamparatus. Now, we do have, because we're putting it on a surface that is not flat, I needed to put a lot of glue on the back of this. And there's the front of our card so far. We still have to decorate. We still need to put the insert in the inside. Okay. I think what I would like to do is take some Seaside Spray and sponge it over the card, because our little, and again, it's like when you put salt in your cooking, if you start by adding too much, you're not going to take it away. So start out slowly and a little bit at a time. After all, she is in the water. I like to use the sponge rather than the dauber. All I did is I bought a nice sponge with that, had a lot of big holes in it, and I took a little clip and clipped it to it. And I think that's it. We just wanted a little effect. We didn't want to do too much or overdo it. So we'll close this up and put that to one side. I have some iridescent pearls that I'm going to put on. Need my pick. And we'll put one there. And remember what I always tell you, odd numbers. And for those who are new, when you're putting gems or anything on your card, you do it in odd numbers. I am told that it's more pleasing to the eye. I do like those gems, the iridescent gems on this particular card. All right, let's get our inside done. All we need to do is put some tape runner on it and insert it in the card. It's always easier for me if I lay it down like so. Can you see it? I want to be sure you can see this. I lay it down horizontally and then apply the layer to the card, and it usually comes out pretty good. All right, I have some lovely flowers from the same stamp set, the Prince and Princess, and I'm just going to take and put it in the middle of the bottom like so. Just hold it down for a few seconds so that this ink gets absorbed by the paper. Beautiful. Okay, and we do need to clean this off, and I will put that away after. So we have the inside done. We don't have all of the outside done yet. We still have to put our salutation on. And what I chose to use for our salutation is the double oval punch. And I'm going to do it, let's unlock this. I'm going to do it in two colors. The Night of Navy is going to be on the bottom. Just line it up and hold it and punch. So we have our Night of Navy. Now we just need a white. I have a scrap piece of white paper. Let's get some nice clean size. It's okay if I do another scalloped one in white because I can always use it. I save them and use it. And this is going to go right on top of the Night of Navy like that. So pretty, I think. And all right, we're going to use the saying, "It's your day." And I hope everyone is having a great day today. And I'm going to do it in the misty moonlight. We're just going to take and stamp it onto the white. Try and get it in the center. Hold it down just for a couple of seconds and lift it up. Perfect. All right, we're going to just apply it now to the Night of Navy base. As soon as this starts working properly. I'm just going to put it in the center, and then I can move it around if I need to, so that it's mostly centered. And I'm also going to put it on Dimensionals. And I think we'll put it right there. Or we could even put it down here. What do you think? I think I like it there. So let's put our Dimensionals on. And we'll put one in the center because it does have to go through the mailing machine and they kind of flatten your cards out. Use our pick tool to get rid of the paper. And now we want to just center this as best we can. It's your day. Okay. I am going to use the glittered Organdy ribbon. It's black and it has a lot of glitter to it. It's so pretty. Used to cut ribbon. We'll put that right there. Very beautiful, I think. And now we need a glue dot. We're going to take our pick tool and we're going to put the glue dot right in the back of the bow. And it's a bow befitting the princess, I think. All right. And there's our card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the card. I do hope you'll try and make this card. We need to put the stamp pad away before it gets all over our beautiful card. We don't want that. Let me turn the camera up. Well, I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you like the card. I do think the offset triple time stamping is a special technique, and try it. You may like it. Also, don't forget, below, subscribe, please, as well as give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you saw today. Also, my host code was at the beginning of the video and it will be at the end. If you should decide to order anything for this particular card, I would appreciate you using my host code. And I do hope you have a wonderful day ahead of you. And enjoy your card. Have a great one. Bye now.